Hey, yeah, you. Stop scrolling for just a second. Actually, don't keep scrolling. I need the algorithm. But mentally pause. Take a deep breath. Now ask yourself, when was the last time you didn't feel exhausted? No, not just tired. I mean soul deep, bone hollow, screen burned exhausted. Hey, yeah, you again. I know you're still here. And you're still tired, right? You're not alone. Most of us are walking around like drained batteries pretending to be smartphones. Fully charged on the outside, 2% on the inside. You keep telling yourself it's just a busy week. But hasn't it been a busy week for like 6 months straight? You sleep but don't feel rested. You laugh but it doesn't reach your eyes. You check your phone and forget why you picked it up. Yeah, you're not alone. You cancel plans and call it self-care, but it's really just survival mode. You feel guilty for resting and guilty for not resting. We've been brainwashed into thinking rest is the opposite of productivity. That slowing down is for the weak. But what if rest is what makes you dangerous? What if recovery is the real flex? And you've been swinging a dull axe this whole time? What if true strength is quiet, intentional, unshakable? Let's just admit something out loud. The way we live is not sustainable. We go to bed late, wake up early, drown in noise, and call it being responsible. We've got 5 tabs open in our brain at all times. Deadlines, dishes, notifications. And somewhere in there, we lost ourselves. We forgot how to just be. Rest isn't even rest anymore. It's scrolling until our thumb hurts. It's watching 3 episodes and forgetting the plot. It's grabbing fast food and eating it standing up. We don't rest, we escape, we sedate, we avoid. Then we wonder why we're always so tired. We build entire routines out of stimulation, not restoration. Our version of downtime still includes checking email. It's not just about being busy, it's about the identity we've attached to busyness. If you're not doing something, you feel like you're doing something wrong. Rest feels guilty. Silence feels loud. Doing nothing feels lazy. But it's not your fault. You've been conditioned. Productivity culture has convinced us that our value is measured in output. You're a machine, remember? Don't stop, don't slow down, don't disappoint. But here's what no one tells you. Machines break. People burn out. Minds crash. And when they do, there's no quick restart button. You wake up one day and feel like you've lost yourself. Not because of one big thing, but because of 1,000 tiny cuts. You say yes too often. You smile when you want to scream. You answer one more message, reply to one more email, push through one more task, until your nervous system says, I'm out. Burnout doesn't announce itself. It whispers in headaches, in apathy, in impatience. In that growing sense that no matter how much you do, it's never enough. Now imagine this. You keep going. You ignore the signals. You say, I'll rest when I'm done. But the list never ends. You're running on fumes, reacting to life instead of responding. Relationships start to feel like obligations. Work feels like weight. Your body aches in places you didn't know existed. And still, you push. Because resting feels like quitting. Because pausing feels like weakness. So before you burn out again, pause this video, close your eyes, and ask, what would happen if I gave myself 20 minutes of real rest today? Try it right now, see what shifts. But what if it's the opposite? What if the real danger isn't resting? It's not resting. What if the version of you that's always on, always available, always pushing, isn't really you? Because tired you is forgetful. Tired you is reactive. Tired you forgets birthdays, snaps at people you love, loses hours of the day to mindless scrolling, and then blames yourself for not being productive. Tired you lives in survival mode. But that version of you is not the best you. It's the exhausted, reduced, watered-down version that the world has tricked you into thinking is normal. And let's be real, that version isn't who you're meant to be. Not even close. But here's the good news. You can stop. Not forever, not dramatically, but intentionally. You can press pause not to escape, but to recalibrate. You can take back your mornings, your breath, your joy. You can give your nervous system a break. Not because you earned it, But because you need it, you don't have to go to a silent retreat in the mountains. Sometimes rest looks like a 15-minute walk without your phone. Sometimes it's closing your laptop at 8 p.m. Sometimes it's saying, "I'm not available for that," without explaining yourself. Sometimes it's choosing silence over noise, space over speed, stillness over stimulation. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. And no one will give it to you. You have to claim it. So here's your permission slip from someone who gets it. Stop, just for a little. Turn down the volume of the world and turn up the volume of your soul. You don't have to do more to matter. You matter now. So breathe. Reclaim your peace, sharpen your axe. Rest is not the opposite of ambition. It's what allows ambition to survive. Rest doesn't kill momentum. It sustains it. Rested, you doesn't move slower. Rested, you move smarter. Rest is not what holds you back. It's what brings you home. To your clarity, your voice, your fire. To that part of you that remembers who you are when no one's watching. You are not a machine. You are not a content factory. You are a person with limits. And those limits don't make you weak. They make you human. And when you honor them, you don't shrink, you shine. There's a story I heard once about a man who carried a lantern. Every night, he walked through a dark forest to guide others through safely. But one night, his lantern dimmed. He kept walking anyway, pushing forward, pretending the light was still strong. Eventually, he tripped, fell, not because the path changed, but because he could no longer see it. That's what happens when we try to guide others while burning ourselves out. That's what happens when we pretend we're fine while falling apart inside. You deserve better. You need your own light, not just to survive, but to shine. Picture this, a lion resting under a tree. Not because it's lazy, but because it knows it doesn't have to prove anything. It knows that its rest is just as vital as its roar. That lion, it doesn't apologize for its power. And neither should you. You don't need to earn your breath. You don't need to earn your rest. The moon doesn't apologize for taking the night shift. Rivers don't explain why they slow in winter. You too are part of nature. You too are allowed to slow. You are allowed to recover. The world won't fall apart. And if it does, you'll be ready, centered, focused, and powerful. Because rested you is not weak. Rested you is dangerous. Dangerous to burnout. Dangerous to fear. Dangerous to anything that ever tried to shrink you. So take the nap. Drink the water. Say no. Let the noise fade. Turn off the world. And rest like your power depends on it. Because it does. If this message hits something deep, don't scroll past. Share this with someone who needs the reminder too. Your rest might just give them permission to breathe again. And if it resonated with you, hit that like button, drop a comment, and tell me how you rest. And don't forget to subscribe. Because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.